Social media has limited similarities but many differences between itself and old media. The first of this would be old media in media that was created before the emergence of the internet. A few examples of this would be radio, newspaper, books, and television. These examples of media would survive and continue without the use of internet, whereas social media was created by the new media and the internet. The internet provides technology to increase our abilities online. Bojoff explains the next generation Web 2.0, enabled users to communicate with one another and to communicate user-generated content, which ultimately leads to the creation of social media, shown in many different ways. This is why social media examples can be seen across many different platforms and formats. Social media examples can be Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Snapchat. They all have sharing content as their main objective, but the content that they do actually share is different. Social media can be shared across platforms as well. This could mean that a site could be accessed from a computer or from a smartphone. This is an interesting part of social media because there are some examples of social media which are apps. Instead of sites, Snapchat would be the example of this. It is only available to the use of the internet and does enable users to share content and connect with each other. It is an example of the way that social media can have other levels to it and ways to interact. These different ways of accessing social media means that the interactivity is greater from social media than old media. This difference is similar to the way that old media forms are usually much more scheduled. TV shows and radio shows have been scheduled time that they happen. Without the internet or recent technology, there would not have been the ability to replay these episodes. Social media does not have a schedule. It is because of this that old media is much more consistent than social media. Old media can generally be accessed at any time without interact. It is also something that is consistently present. Old media forms have been around for centuries, whereas social media rely on the popularity of a site to keep popular. MySpace is an example of this. It has reached a point of popularity but fell out of popularity after a few years. In the Western world, at least the other side, such as Facebook, used the examples of failed social networking sites to keep people accessing their sites. As stated, there are a lot of differences between old media and new media, but they can be similar in the way that new media and social media can be applied to old media.